Hello my good students, welcome back to our Napoleon Total War Let's Play series as the Austrian Empire. And you shall remember in the previous video we did fight back an Ottoman revolution, a resurgence of the Ottoman Empire trying to take back their capital of Istanbul. Of course, we did manage to destroy two full rebellion armies there, but they are still rather unhappy. We do still have a lot of unhappiness due to foreign occupation here, of course, and unfortunately exempting them from tax isn't quite going to sort that out. How is that actually going to affect our economy if we review that? That is taking, it's taking roughly 2,000 away from our treasury there per turn. So I think for the meantime it's probably best actually to double up on the Landwehr militia over here, because they do get a garrison policing bonus, meaning that they do increase repression as there are more of them there. They're also very cheap as well. They only cost 76 per turn to upkeep, but we can only get a couple of them at the moment. Either way, I think that would still be a very good idea to reduce our treasury to pretty much zero there. Simply because they do get that, and it'd be really good to have that extra manpower in Istanbul as our main armies over here do resupply, rearm and replenish. You can see here we do have a lot of damage to recover over here, and this one is going to take a little bit slower, I think. Take a couple turns over here, but it is in Wallachia, which will take a little more time to do so. So I'm expecting in another 2 turns perhaps another couple rebellion armies over here, unless we manage to pump out a couple more militia to prevent that. So that's going to be a little bit of a strain on our treasury at the moment, but it's for a long-term stability gain. Otherwise, we did of course lose our navy around the Black Sea previously to a Spanish armada while we're trying to secure the Black Sea trade nodes. Unfortunately, what we can do now is leave that alone. We can try and go for these 2 nodes here. We have 2 nodes of coffee over here, and that's of course going to be a great boon to us, but coffee actually the least in demand resource over here. You can see it is going for a mere 20 gold, everything else rather much higher, especially ivory. Of course that will always be the highest, and I think ivory you can find that along. We get over here, what's we see the spices over here. Coffee, we'll find that later, it doesn't matter so much. There is a lot of coffee about. So in regards to our next move in Europe, I think really we stabilize over here, get rid of this small Spanish stack, maybe have a look into expanding into Switzerland, just so that we can plug that gap, so that we can secure the Alps over here and such into Milan. And by that time we should have a source of a navy, about a little bit of a transport navy to get over onto Spain and really knock them out of the European theatre here. So having said that, not a bad idea at all really, to be honest, because we are of course still at peace with the French. And that means this massive French navy should not be a problem. They shouldn't attack us anytime soon. So I think really that's the end for this turn. That's all we could have done so far, I think. Unless we want to go for Switzerland right now. But it is winter and we'll take massive attrition damage by going through the mountains over here. So let's end the turn. And we should all be good. Okay, so we have finally unlocked the Grand Battery in our military tech line. And trade agreement cancelled with France, that's not good. What was I just saying about France being at peace? Oh, we got lesser demands from Istanbul as well. Nation joins our enemy. It is in fact France. So that puts us in a little bit of a pickle over here. We can go into Piedmont Liguria over here if we do so fancy it very easily. Have a few constructions available. Greece, Bohemia, Wallachia. Okay, not to worry. That's actually not a bad thing at all there. We might actually want to upgrade the magistrates over here. Let's do that immediately, because you can see our public order is faltering a tad here with the lower classes, and a little bit of extra repression is in order there, I think. We do of course have that letter of demands from Romania, so the unhappiness is getting a tad better there. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, come on, 5, that should source it out over the end turn to neutral. We can do an emergency reduce taxes there to make things a bit better, to really sort us out. We could take the economical hit from the moment. I'd rather take the minor economical hits in the short term than have to really do some damage to these armies, to be honest, because I really want to get these active outside of the Balkans and Greece, really. And that is not going to happen if they keep fighting armies, of course. So, do we upgrade this for the final tier where we do get the tiniest bit of global replenishment? Not right now, to be honest, not right now. I think what we could do is upgrade the secret society to get an increased amount of spies again, and a little bit more happiness over here. It's only going to cost 1,000. We'll take 6 turns then. That is a long time considering the rate we are going at. And I think we also upgrade the magistrates building over here as well to get that extra little bit of tax income and to sort out our neutral happiness as well. Repression everywhere. That's the way of the monarchy. The Austrian Empire likes to rule with somewhat of an iron fist, of course. So that's the way we're going at the moment. We do have that garrison over there. Do we actually need to swap any units about? I don't think so just yet. In fact, what we can do is, because we're now at war with the French again, push this army up into garrison Milan. And that does mean that this massive French navy is going to be a problem again. So we might need to sort that out somehow before we decide to go on over to Spain, unless what we do is we capture Piedmont this turn and we gain access not only to the mine but also to the trading ports here, and we should be able to get on over to at least Barcelona in 1 turn with our armies over here, and that would get us at least in the Iberian Peninsula. At least is United Kingdom taken? Okay, I didn't think they started with that, at least. That's interesting. It's news to me if they do. So, with that being said, let's go and take Piedmont Liguria. Let's scout us out very quickly. We can see inside here. It's all good. We can't quite make it over there. We'll just scout it out with our army. It's not going to hurt. Yeah, there we go. So we can see, of course, there is a bit of a French stack there, and of course the Spanish are still apparent, but I don't think it's going to be much of a problem. They don't have a full stack, and most of it does consist of the armed citizenry garrison in Torino here. The only problem might be is if they do have an extra army out of our sight range now. So we're going to disregard that and go straight for it. We smell blood. Ooh, okay, we've been ambushed. Righty. So, not the end of the world. It is only half a stack. So, let's bloody could even also resolve that, but there's a bit much in it. Let's go and fight this properly, shall we? Okay, so no time to deploy or start the battle properly because we are, of course, ambushed. Let's form a large line over here and bring up our UI like that so we can see what's happening. Now I think we'll just take these units as well. Yeah, here we go. We're going to have to square very quickly, I think, with everyone over here. We're just about okay. Let's double time this. How are we doing? Yeah, square. Should have done that as soon as I said, really, but doesn't matter so much. We have a lot of support over here. Where is our general? Make sure he's safe. And also, actually, just helping us out over here, we'll bring our cavalry in front of our cannons. Cannons aren't going to do much for us today, unfortunately. We can see that their cavalry is already rousing, and actually the acting general is moving into our firing range. Okay, if you say so. It is very messy indeed. Let's undo these squares. Are they getting far on us here? Yes, they are. So let's undo this square, please. You get it. There we go. Bring out over here. Double time that. I think we are getting, unfortunately, some friendly fire here, and it's pretty much all done. Let's run down this unit with all of our cavalry here. Don't even need to set up with this half of the army, but not to worry. we do this absolutely fine. That's one flank pretty much completely secure over here. It's just this square of units over here now. And they weren't taking attrition. Yeah, let's bring our general over here, I think. Doing absolutely fine over here. They are completely run down with cavalry. Let's bring our extra units over here just to make sure we don't get shots in the back. This square has still not, unfortunately, tied it up. That's okay. We will take them off fire at will and just get them on the back line there. So, all good. Very lucky that was not a full stack. That would have really, really hurt us if that was a full stack. So ambush defended otherwise. The only problem now is that has given us some sort of losses before going into Piedmont. We'll have to review those losses, of course, and decide whether we want to go in with our backup army from Milan. And I think that's probably the safest choice. With only light losses here so far, we should be able to recoup those very easily in the near future. So a very quick garrison in Milan is in order, I think. Why would it take us so long over this route? It is Swiss line, of course. Are we not? We are facing this way with units over here. Should we bring these up to the surface over here, onto the hill, get them a bit better line of sight there. The acting general is still about. It is only some chevaux légers. So might want to sort out him. Do we go for a cavalry engagement? Don't think that's a great idea. Let's go around the back actually over here and hit the 62-man units over here. Have lost a lot of chevaux légers in this unit. So there is only 50 remaining. So that's the heaviest amount of losses we've taken here. What do we want to do here? What's their acting general up to? Is he trying to get in on our back lines here? I think what we do is just run down the retreating units now and just try and hit him in the back here. Let's double time that, and what we can do is move up over here, support our flank, doing okay on the retreating units here. Just make sure they don't get away, and actually they have completely shattered, so let's get back here. See, we are light cavalry, are travelling very, very quickly here. It's probably best to go for this unit. They do have more men here. They're still charging the previous unit, but not to worry. All good. We're firing at their cavalry, I would hope, but I think it's just these units here. So if we draw their chevaux légers into our firing line here, should all be good there. This is our Hungarian Fusiliers here, so they do have that little bit more accuracy, I believe, over our normal German Fusiliers. So it should be okay there. Are they not trying to follow us? Our own men walking rather than running. I know you may be tired. That's part of the problem of being ambushed. But I do need you to be on your game here. Is it best to square here at the moment? I think we square here. Double time this. Yeah, there we go. See, we gave them too long to recoup over here. But that's not so much of a bother with our cavalry nearby. Now, if their cavalry do charge in, we should be getting some shots in fairly easily. Just need to about face, guys, please. Like I did tell you. There we go. You have no. Still need to reload. Come on, guys. You need to get the powerful volley off. Finish their general. And this battle will be over. Excellent. There we go. So yeah, they're being very indecisive with their cavalry here, but they have made small contact, and that will be them routed off. Let's fast forward out of that, and that should be a victory. Brilliant stuff. So, fairly simple battle there, but that does mean, I think, it's probably best if we get rid of the sound bug there and go back to Milan very quickly. Did I see? Yeah, that's a papal army over here. Oh, Tyrolian rebels. Interesting. Alrighty. Brilliant stuff. They're not going to beat the Russians, unfortunately. So, Karl von Österreich-Teschen has plus 2% to infantry units campaign movement range, and that is excellent. 2 command when leading infantry is not a problem either. It's a bit redundant at the amount of command he has. You can judge the amount of command someone has, of course, by these stars up here, and that really is something to measure who deploys first in battles. So let's actually go in, unless there's a second ambush. And there we go. I think we go straight in here. There's no need to wait around. We are taking winter attrition in this particular area. Once again, fairly simple army. Only a couple units of cavalry to worry about. Do have a 12-pounder artillery, which will have some range on us. But I think we should be absolutely fine here. Let's get into it. Okay, so joining us in the battle just now, we are making some very, very distinct lines in this battle. We've surveyed the enemy's formation, and we've noticed that they have a lot of militia on their left flank. In fact, all of these are either armed citizenry or militia over here. So we're going a little lighter on our right flank to match that. But we are going to send our cavalry in as well, because militia can't form squares. That makes it sound a bit like a conspiracy theory that militia can't form squares, in the same vein that certain things can't mount steel beams. But they do have a lot of their main units either along the centre or on their own flank over here. They do have a little bit of armed citizenry militia, so they are concentrating in the centre, but the hope here is that we go strong on our left flank, pummel them with our skirmishers to begin with, just sitting just outside of range, expecting them to really push up onto us there. They were thinking about it there. And of course we go for the hammer once again, but backed up by some elite infantry there. We are going to sit back with these 2 units of fusiliers here as some sort of backup. And we're going to sit back with our general a tad, because I am fearing their cannons a tad. You can see that they are only just unlimbering. They've given us a lot of time to advance there, but they will probably struggle a little bit with the line of sight. It's a little bit flat, but also just a few mounds here and there, so a few very small hills for us to hide behind. So what we're doing then is we are going to have to move right on up to meet their flank over here, and it looks like they're not entirely sure where they want to centralise right now, so we're going to take advantage of that and actually move right in their face with our main line here, bring our general to the back here, and once again we'll move up a tad with our supporting units here. With this formation we are going to just keep on moving. You can see the French actually really manoeuvring against our formation here, but disorder is the word of the day here. Just look at that. You can really destroy the enemy's formations just by, moving up and advancing consistently with your formation. You'll notice that in pretty much every battle we've done over this series, we've tried to encircle the enemy with some very strong flanks and pretty much a weak centre. But we've got to have to double time here, because we're getting hit by their cavalry. We're going to have to pull back here with our light infantry, because they will get absolutely wrecked by cavalry fire there. Now we might get a little bit of friendly fire as our skirmishers fall back here through our lines. You can see they've heard some morale already, but we do need to get some shots out. This is an acting general, so if we can get him down already, that'd be a very nice little morale boon to us. But we are missing a cavalry charge, very strange cavalry charge over here. Do we get our own cavalry to help that out? I think we do. Come on. Now, yeah, we're right in their centre already, so let's bring our general up. And I think it's a bit mishmash over here. And we have downed their acting general, which is excellent, but we did survive over here, and that is what matters. We'll just form up over here. Did we shatter? No, he's just hit. I really should have squared up. We're always very late on these squares, but you see, with them being chasseur cheval, they do have the ability to fire while mounted there. So you never really know what they want to do with their cavalry until it's a bit too late there. We are going to have to move up over here and support with our cavalry. Good thing they're over here. They are only light cavalry. What exactly is it? French-Polish 1st Regiment of Chevaux Légers. Interesting, interesting. So they'll be a tad better than our own Chevaux Légers. But we have routed off their acting general there, and that's absolutely brilliant. We're going to have to really close in there with this left flank and really hammer home the fact that we need Piedmont Liguria over here. What's going on over here? What is going on over here? It's rather a mess. Shall we try and pull out our infantry here? Because that is rather a detriment to their health. We'll have to run through our own cavalry, unfortunately. And then we'll be able to sit on top of this rather nice looking hill, pummel this armed citizenry here, because they will have abysmal morale. Even though they are French citizens over there, they will be terrible because they're not trained troops, of course. And we will close up this gap as well to support our main firing line in the centre. Even though we are going strong, or trying to go strong on our flanks, if we do lose our centre, we will of course be in rather a pickle once again. So we're going to move in again. Like I was saying previously, we're just going to form a big box to encircle the enemy here. We just need to stop once again, because that cavalry, even though it was running away, still not entirely sure what it wants to do. And that we may well have to square for right now, actually. If we bring our cavalry all the way around to the flank over here, we might have to square over both units, actually. No, again, they're being so indecisive. They should shatter now, because they do only have a handful of troops there. Now, how are we doing with our skirmishers? We have found some armed citizenry to absolutely crush over here, but we do have the cover of the trees over here. You can see with all the shots going out, it is dropping down there, men, but not as quickly as I'd like there, even with the excellent accuracy of our rifled skirmishers. So we're going to get right on top of this. We are going to go point blank right on top of this militia. We cannot miss with that distance there. We're going to. I think this unit actually will sit out this battle now. I don't want to take too many losses on one unit. The morale over here should, yeah, that's absolutely fine. What I want to do is, I think, get what we've got over here. German Fusiliers all across, I think. I'm guessing much done. I think we need to inspire units to fight harder. And there we go. So we have shattered this unit pretty much. Just needs a few more losses there. Now they are coming back. See, the French, even though they are militia, again, they just don't want to give up. Don't want to give up. But we're not firing with our backline here. That's absolutely fine. They're there for a bit of stability. I think, what do we have here? We still have the militia garrison over here, some more garrison conscripts. So these are their more trained units here, and they're sitting out the battle so far. So I think we're going to run them down. They're very tired. Shouldn't be able to form a square in time if we're on top of things. What we're going to do is we do like to move our cavalry in one large formation. We are actually going to split them up this time. Get on top of this militia garrison. There's no need to. They still haven't unlimited their artillery properly, which has really saved us. But they're going to start doing that now. With our cavalry closing in, that's going to get in rather a bad spot there. I think we need to move up through these trees, take the cover advantage ourselves. It will stop us from firing very briefly, but we're not under any particular fire at the moment, are we? And now I think we need to close up this gap as well, just to get right on top of them once again. We can't miss from these distances. And there we go, we are on top of them with our cavalry. So once again, get even closer to the enemy over here. Really push that disorder that we've caused and pull out with our cavalry. Our only light cavalry, remember. We can't stay in the sustained battles here. And they have formed a square, although it doesn't matter so much. Yeah, they are going to rouse out. They did stay in that fight a little too long. Hopefully they'll come back. But they've performed their goal. They've let our infantry get in here, and they are chasing us. So we'll just wait here. What do we have here? French garrison. Very tired indeed. But we're winded, so we're not looking great ourselves. But hopefully we're all reloaded here, and we should be able. We do have some Hungarian Fusiliers as well as German Fusiliers. Yeah, there we go. Massive volleys out over here. We are going to get the fire by rank going off very, very well indeed. I wonder about this line of sight over here. We should be able to get on that fairly fine. Our cavalry has run out fairly safely. Did rout a tad, but we've come back fairly fine. They can sit out most of the battle now. And we are a little bit messy on here, but we're going to go right on top of this hill and really move in. In fact, the skirmishers aren't doing much for us at the moment, so what we'll do is we'll protect our flanks with the skirmishers and really move up with our elite infantry now and get right on top of this hill. They are going to have to double time it to have any decent effect there. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Veterans of many, many battles now. So running up a little hill for a certain victory should be a standard practice in my army. Okay, so what are we doing now? We're reloading? We're reloading. I think everyone's reloading. We're all taking a very quick break. Staring the enemy down. The line of sight is working here. Yeah, there we go. Just waiting to make sure we're getting the fire by rank off by the looks of things. And that has routed off some more armed citizenry. Now, what are we doing here? Getting right in the face here. And one of the benefits actually of having the light infantry behaviour active is that you don't necessarily have to manually face your troops where you want to fire. They will individually turn around like this. You see, we did ask them to face towards the enemy's flank over here, but because they have people in range, they will instantly turn around to fire. Don't get that so much with standard line infantry. We're really gonna have to push in here. Yeah, used all its ammunition. Who is this? That actually is rather a surprise. That's our centre. They can't do much anymore. It's a good thing then. We kept these extra units in reserve here. Now, I think that speaks volumes about the French morale actually, and the cover bonus that these trees are providing. Because once again, it is mostly armed citizenry. Shouldn't be struggling on our ammo really. We've run out of ammo, in fact, in our centre completely. I think, what do we have here? This is conscripts and citizenry. I think we'll form up over here. We'll double time that, and we can bring these in for perhaps a melee later on. But having said that, we need to come around with our general, bring him out of direct fire and support the morale of our very weak now right flank over here. So I don't think we've managed this particular battle too well, but that's absolutely fine. See, the French, a very tough nut to crack indeed. Again, this is only French garrison, and it is taking some good time for our elite infantry to wear them down. Luckily, the main centre of the colonne d'attaque has not had much to do with this battle. That does mean that they are now ready to engage by the looks of things. We might want to come back with our cavalry, mop up some of the already damaged units over here, and get on the backs, because we do have armed citizenry here that will still have guns to fire. We need to really get out here, I think. Get on the curb. So we are winning, absolutely. It's just a matter of time, once again. Don't think we're quite in range here. Now this is part of their cannon teams, and okay, so they have some horse artillery as well. Not to worry, very lucky again that they have sat that out. And our general's over here now, so he should be reinforcing the morale of our men there. Is this a square over here? That's very interesting. Well, we'll wait with our cavalry for a bit then. What is this we're attacking? Some more French garrison. Giving us some difficulty, aren't they? Really hurting us. What are we doing over here? Sourcing. Are they going for a melee charge? Or are they... This is the colonne attack. They may well win melee, actually. But at this point blank range, we just need to... Come on, guys. Still fighting formation. They're right there, please. Oh, dear. There we go. No, we can't miss from here, surely. Yeah, not reloaded.
One of our units has used all its
Another
ammunition,
unit has used all its ammunition. That's our flank over here as well. Is that both units? Not quite. But may well have to go in for a large melee here. That's not good. Yeah, are we getting a lot of hits in here? We have down nearly 200 men here. This is a real slog. A real slog. Now's the time for our cavalry to come back in while the armed citizenry's wavering. Going down. Another unit has used all its ammunition. That is absolutely amazing. I've never had so many units lose their ammunition. That is a real statement to how much of a grind this is. But with this melee, we will need our general to support this. Otherwise, our morale will topple. And here comes our cavalry again. We're going to have to watch out for this square, of course. It looks like there's another square happening over here. What we do is we get in, cause a bit of mayhem here, perhaps help out the melees and really charge in once again with everyone over here. That is absolutely terrible. I've never had to rely so much on melee. I really haven't. Is this a sign of things to come when we do really push in to France? Just remember, we're still just on the outskirts of France. We've not made any real progress yet. And because we did destroy the early French armies, they'll be able to recruit some more units, some fresh and more modernised units, I believe now. We have won this battle. It's just a case of rousing down the enemy now. And there we go. I think that will do. Yeah, there we go. Look at those losses. 1,700 losses over there. A rather bloody battle indeed. We do still have this little Spanish force to deal with, but Piedmont is ours. So, we're not going to vassalize or turn this into a protectorate. We are going to capture it for ourselves. And they're fairly happy with that. Do have a little bit of resistance to foreign occupation, but nothing too harsh there. And we do have +1 command when besieging. Isn't that lovely? So, replenishment is absolutely terrible here. Why is that? Because we don't have cobbled roads. We also have no farmland in this area. And look at that. Starting to think that was a massive mistake there. So we may well be in for a little bit of trouble, because we can't move this army to ambush. We can move this army out, but we'll take attrition from this snow over here. That's going to be a problem for another day, I think. That is all I have time for, unfortunately, guys. It's going to be a somewhat short episode there. Not getting loads and loads done again. But I think we need to come back with a fresh mind to really sort this out. Over the end turn, if they all move together, we're losing not only Piedmont, but we're going to be losing a very elite general and army here, unfortunately. And that is rather a problem. We have Napoleon himself over here with a lot of cannons. Who else? We have Jean-Gabriel Machin over here and Auguste Marmont as well. Do believe I'm butchering those names. But, you know, I'll butcher the names if the French are going to butcher our units, to be honest. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. I'm going to leave you on a massive cliffhanger again. So I shall see you in the future for that. I've been the Edified Gamer, and I hope all of your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.